What if I told you that you could create full-length AI animated videos with perfectly consistent characters without manually generating every scene? In this video, I'll show you the exact workflow I use to automate almost everything, from writing the story with Claude, generating consistent characters and props, creating 20 scenes in bulk, animating them with cinematic camera movements, generating voiceovers, and putting everything together into a complete movie. The best part? We're not creating scenes one by one. We'll be using powerful automations that allow us to produce full-length AI videos with consistent characters faster than ever before. So if you've been struggling with character consistency or spending hours animating scene by scene, this video is going to change the way you create AI movies. Let's get started. Welcome. The tool we're using to create our storyboard is Claude AI, and I've already prepared all the prompts we'll use throughout this video. Here they are. We have the prompt for the storyboard, we have the prompt for the character and prop design, we have our scene description prompt, we also have the voiceover script, and we also have a cinematic motion guide where we'll input our camera directions so you get that cinematic look you want. Of course, I'll leave all of these prompts in the description and the pinned comment for you to copy. Let's get started. First, I'll grab my storyboard prompt right here. I'll copy it, switch back to Claude AI, paste it in, and click Send. Claude is now composing a 60-second inspirational short story in the style of a Disney film. Let's give it a moment and see how it turns out. Claude has generated our story. This is what we'll use to create our voiceover in no time. Now I'll go back to my prompts, copy the character and prop design prompt, return to Claude AI, paste it in, and click Send. Claude is going to generate a detailed text-to-image prompt for the main characters, and it will also give detailed prompts for any props that need to stay consistent throughout the short story we're creating. Let's give it a moment and see how it turns out. Claude has generated our main character along with its turnaround sheet. We have the companion character as well, and we have our prop sheets, the kite, the patched kite for continuity, and the string spool. So what we need to do now is generate all of these images, and for that, I'm going to use Gemini. First, I'll copy the first character, then I'll open Gemini at gemini.google.com and select the image option right here. I'll paste in our first character and click Send. This is going to generate our main character turnaround sheet. Let's give it a moment and see how it turns out. The first image for our main character is ready. I'll go ahead and download it. For the sake of consistency, I'm going to rename this image to its actual name, so I'll rename it Lena right here. Now I'll come back to Claude AI and copy the sheet for our second companion, the sparrow. I'll return to Gemini, paste it in, and click Send. Once that's done, I'll download it as well and rename it just like I did for the main character, the sparrow. I'll also grab the sheet for the prop, the kite, and paste it in. The idea here is that when we generate the images, we generate them all together rather than one after another. This is what helps us get consistent characters across every image. So I'll go ahead and generate all of them, then download them. So now I have my characters and companion and my props ready. I'll return to my prompt section and grab the scene description prompt right here. I'll come back to Claude AI and paste it in. The reason we generated and named each image is so Claude can automatically tag them so that anywhere those characters and props appear, we get consistent characters throughout. So I'll click Send, and Claude is going to generate up to 20 visual scenes. Let's give it a minute and see how it turns out. Our 20 scene descriptions have been generated right here, and Claude has tagged them exactly the way we want. Now the tool we're going to use to automate this process is this Chrome extension. Open the Chrome Web Store and search for Flow Image Automator, the bulk AI image generation toolkit for Google Flow, and add it to your Chrome. I'll go ahead and add the extension. Once it's installed, it will appear up here. Go ahead and log in with your Google account, then click Next. Before you can use it, you have to make sure you open Flow. So I'll click Open Flow, and you can see we've successfully opened Flow. Now we're about to create images. To keep our characters consistent, we have to add reference images here. I'll add our main character, Lena. I'll add the sparrow, which is the companion. I'll add the kite, which is the prop. I'll also add the patched one, the one that's torn. And finally, I'll add the string spool. We've now added our 5 reference images. I'll come back to Claude AI. As you can see, this is exactly why we renamed each image so the AI understands which one to use. I'll copy all of the scenes from scene 1 all the way to scene 20. Then I'll come down, click Paste Prompt, and input my prompts 1 per line. The extension automatically detects that we have 20 prompts because of the spacing between them. Now I'll click Open Flow, and our prompts appear right here, which is really amazing. Now that our prompts are ready, I'll click Add to Queue, and we've successfully added 20 tasks for the AI to work on. Now I'll come down here, make sure you've selected Auto Download so the AI automatically saves each image it generates for us. Also make sure you've selected 1 image per prompt. You can choose the model you want to use. You can go for Nano Banana 2 or Nano Banana Pro, but I prefer Nano Banana 2. You can also select the resolution you want, 1K or 4K upscaled. I'll leave it as it is. And for the aspect ratio, I like the YouTube landscape, 16:9, so I'll leave it on that. Then I'll click Start, and the extension will automatically begin generating the images on our behalf. Just like that. You can see it started processing. Let's give it a moment and see how it turns out. All of our reference images have been uploaded. This is really nice. Our first scene is done generating, and now scene 2 is done as well, and it maintained the reference images we used. So just sit back, relax, and let the Flow Image Automator do its thing. All of the scenes are done generating here. There was just one I think there's a fault with. This one here, where the string spool doubled. So I think I'll have to regenerate that one myself. Let me regenerate it. Once that's fixed, we can move on to our animation because all of them have already been downloaded onto my computer. So let's go ahead and animate them. Now we're also going to auto-generate our videos, and we're going to use Grok Automation. This is going to automatically animate all of the images we just generated. I've already added it to my Chrome, so make sure you add it to yours, and I'll click on it right here. As you can see, I need to pin it, so I'll pin it here. Before you can generate, you have to be on the Grok page. So I'll click Navigate to Grok, and it automatically opens Grok Imagine, which is amazing. Now you have to click on this here, Frame to Video, and I'm going to upload all of my images, the ones I just downloaded. I'll go ahead and upload all of them right here. I've now selected all of my scenes, from scene 1 all the way to scene 20. So we need our motion prompt for this animation to be successful. I'll come back to Doc and grab my motion prompt, this one right here, and paste it on Claude AI so it generates the motion for us. I'll paste it in, but before I click Send, just as I mentioned, I have some camera directions I need Claude to incorporate for me. So I'll copy all of them, add them here, and click Send. Claude is going to give us our cinematic camera movements to animate with Grok. Our animation prompt is ready. I'll copy from scene 1 to scene 20, return to my Grok Automation extension, and paste it in. Since the extension treats each paragraph, each line, as one scene, I have to make sure I leave a space between all of them so it can automatically assign each one to its respective scene from scene 1 all the way to scene 20. So under Settings, you can tweak a couple of things here. For example, for the duration, you can go for 6 seconds or 10 seconds. I'll leave it on 10 seconds because I already like it. For the auto download quality, you can also select the one you want. I'll leave everything as it is. And you can also select the folder you want everything downloaded to. I think this is fine, so I'll leave it as it is. And I'll save my settings right here. Once everything's set, I'll come back to the controls, scroll down, and click Run. The extension will automatically start animating all of the images I already uploaded. every scene begins animating, which is really amazing. Our first scene has been submitted and is generating right here. Let's give it a moment and see how everything turns out. All of the scenes are done generating right here. As you can see, every one of them is done, and they've automatically been downloaded onto my computer. So what we need to do now is get our voiceover. For the voiceover, I'm going to use MiniMax, which means I won't need this particular section over here, since MiniMax will handle the voice for us. So I'll come back to Claude AI and grab the full story we generated earlier, from this side all the way to this side. I'll copy it, come back to MiniMax, and paste it in. Now I have to go through and choose the voice actor I want. I can preview a few of them here.
Hello, I'm delighted to assist you with our voice services. Choose a...
Hello, I'm delighted to assist you with our voice services. Choose a voice...
Hello, I'm delighted to assist you with our voice services. Choose a voice that...
Stand at the edge of the canyon and listen.
I think I like this one, so I'll go ahead and click Use, then I'll click Generate, and I'll click Generate once again, and our voice begins generating right here. Let's give it a moment. Now I simply click Download and select MP3. Our voiceover is ready, and we have our footage, so now we have to put them together, and for that I'm going to use CapCut. I'll open my CapCut app. I've imported all my clips and dragged them onto the timeline. So what I have to do now is add my voiceover as well. So I'll drag my voiceover onto the timeline. As you can see, it's a little shorter than the clips, so I'll speed some of them up, like the sky here. And of course, you can apply some transitions. I mostly prefer mix, so I'll search for mix, pick this one, add it, and then apply it to all. Let's go ahead and watch the final result.
In a quiet valley where the air sat still as glass, there lived a little girl named Lena. In her hands, she held a paper kite bright as a sunrise, light as a whisper, a kite that had never once flown. Every morning, when the dew still clung to the grass, she would run. Across the wide green meadow she ran, the kite bumping and skipping along behind her in the dust, and she would look back, hoping, always hoping, to see it lift. And every morning, it tumbled gently back to the ground. So she would sit with her chin upon her knees, and she would watch the clouds drift far, far overhead. Up there, the wind was dancing. Up there, the wind was playing. But never, it seemed, with her. Then one day, soft as a secret, a little brown sparrow fluttered down and landed in the grass beside her. It looked at her. She looked at it, and something in her tired little heart began to wake. The bird hopped onto the kite string, fluttered a short way up the great green hill, and then it stopped. It turned, and it waited. So Lena rose to her feet, and Lena followed. Up the hill they went together, past the swaying wildflowers, nodding in the morning light, past the old crooked tree with its arms reaching wide, up and up, until her legs began to burn and her chest began to ache, and still the little sparrow led her on. But halfway to the top, her foot slipped upon the stones, and the kite caught and tore
What
straight
a beautiful
down its
tree.
middle.
Chirp,
The
chirp.
paper split.
Come on,
Her
Sparrow.
shoulders sank,
Tweet.
and the hope she had carried so far slipped quietly from her hands. But the little sparrow did not give up. Down it flitted, and gently it caught the loose and broken thread within its beak. It tipped its head toward the top of the hill, as if to tell her the climb was not yet over. So Lena wiped the tears from her cheeks. With careful fingers, she knotted the torn kite closed. She took a deep breath, and she climbed on. Higher and higher, into the warm and golden light, until at last, at long, long last, she reached the very top of the world. And there she felt it. A cool, soft breath brushing across her face. The wind, it had come at last. With both hands, she raised the
Come
patched
on,
and mended
Sparrow.
kite high
We're
above
almost
her
at the
head,
top.
and she let it go. It rose.
Yes, fly
it
higher,
climbed,
kite.
It soared and danced into the endless open blue, the little
Wow,
sparrow
the breeze is lifting my
spiraling
kite.
joyfully beside it.
It's so beautiful
And
up
Lena
here.
threw her arms wide and laughed, and laughed up at the great and shining sky, for the wind had been waiting for her all along. She had only to climb to meet it.